Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Jessica. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was last week, so if I were in person, I'd be welcoming you back to school, but welcome back through this video. So I work at Crow LLP. It's a accounting and technology firm. So we provide different services to clients, from consulting to helping them with tax returns that they have to file. For my job specifically, I help clients and businesses with filing tax returns for different areas, so different states or different cities. So for example, Grand Rapids has a city tax return, Michigan has a state tax return. So those are the things I help my clients with. I help them file what they need to file and figure out what taxes they need to remit. And a lot of those taxes go to help our local areas, like maybe our hospitals, or help fund our police department or the library that you go to. It could be helping with school funding, such as putting a playground for you guys to play in, or help put on a new part of the building to expand the school. So that's what I do. I've been with Crow for about 6 years now. And actually, when I started with Crow, I started doing junior achievement as well. So this is my 6th year doing junior achievement, and it's my first time doing little lessons through video. So I do miss seeing you all. I hope that you're all well, and I hope that you enjoy these videos that we go through. We're going to have 5 of them, and they'll each be a few minutes long, and I'll kind of talk about some different topics with each session. So our main focus is going to be JA More Than Money. That's what our course is called. So this morning we're going to talk about earning money, saving money, and spending money. So it's always hard to think through these different words, and we'll kind of talk about what earning money means first. So when people have a job, they earn money. They get paid for doing their job. So you might have a family member that gets paid every 2 weeks for whatever job they do. If they're a mechanic, if they work at a bank, if they work in a manufacturing facility, if they're a police officer, most likely they're getting paid ever so often, possibly every 2 weeks, and that goes right to them. Sometimes it goes right into their bank account. Sometimes it goes to them in a check. So when they're working for this company, they're earning that money. They're earning it at probably a certain rate. Some people get paid an amount per hour. Like you could get paid, $10 an hour or $12 an hour. Other people, they just get paid a certain amount per year. So that's what my job is. I don't have an amount that I make per hour, but when I look and talk to my employer, they tell me how much I'm going to make over the course of the year, and then that's divided into different paychecks that I get regularly, so I don't get it all at once. So when I'm working for Crow, I'm earning money throughout the year. Each day that I go to work, I'm earning money. And when I earn that money, Crow pays it to me, and it goes directly into my bank account. So then I have the decision of, now that I have it in my bank account, do I save it or do I spend it? And sometimes that's a hard decision for me to make, especially now that we have Christmas coming up. It's always easier to look around and see things that I want to be spending it on, either for other people in my family or even possibly myself. So what's important is to remember that we have to save part, and then we also will need to spend part as well on different wants and needs. So saving money is helpful when you have perhaps some sort of budget. My husband and I have a budget. And so what we do is we look at all the money that we're going to be making during the month or during the year. And then we look at the expenses that we expect to have. So we have a dog, so we need to buy dog food. We have a cat, we need to buy cat food, and we need to bring both of those to the vet. Those are expenses that we know that we're going to have. So they might occur regularly, or they might be something that we need to save up for. A lot of times, if it's a bigger amount that we know we're going to have, for example, in December, we quite often have larger expenses just because we go and buy Christmas presents for our family and friends. And so we know we know that going into December that we're going to have those higher expenses in that month. So if we're looking ahead and we're looking at our budget, we can start to save for that in earlier months so that we have enough money saved up to buy those presents. Sometimes it's hard to know exactly what the amount is going to be, so that's why maybe having a general idea could be helpful, but if you have some extra savings, then you can be a little bit flexible with that. Sometimes I wish we could save, all the money so that we didn't have to worry about how much things cost, and unfortunately that's not the case. We always have things that we're going to need to spend, and we're going to have to use that money right away. So for example, I have to drive to work, so I need to be able to put gas in my car. We have car insurance that we have to pay for. We have house insurance that we have to pay for. I have a son that goes to daycare, so that's an expense that we know we're going to have every week. So some of these things we know as I get paid by the company that it's going to go right out and go towards something that we need to live or need to help support our family. So that is part that we look at in our budget. We look at, okay, what is the income that we're going to make? What money are we going to make? And then we look at what expenses do we know that we're going to have. Once we take our income and subtract out those amounts we know we're going to have, that amount left over in that pool is our savings amount. So that we might save for a rainy day, we might save it for a shopping spree, we might save it for when a car breaks down. So there are different things. A lot of times, if you're not thinking about what you need to save and what you need to spend, it gets easy to just go and spend all your money. So that's why we spent time creating a budget to help us keep track of what income we have coming in and what we want to save for and what we want to spend for. It sets up little mini goals for ourselves. So that's kind of an overview from earning, saving, and spending. I know that you guys have things, especially as Christmas comes around, things that on your wish list or your Christmas list. Some of those things you might not get. So if you have a job or if you're helping with chores or helping out a neighbor during this holiday season, you might be earning some extra money and you can think about some things that you can start saving for in the future that you know you want to buy. So keep it in mind in our next session, and we'll keep building on these concepts. But I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.